Please note that the videos used in this content are for display purposes. Gorillas. The thing that is most amazing about gorillas is how compassionate they are. This is true. Gorillas will go out of their way to protect humans. And even in some cases, gorillas stop humans from walking into poachers' traps. It is believed that a gorilla punch is strong enough to shatter your skull with one slam of its arm between 1,300 to 2,700 pounds of force. Gorillas, on the average, weigh about 400 pounds and have a muscle mass density almost 4 times higher than the most heavily muscled, powerful human you can ever know. Gorillas are herbivorous, predominantly ground-dwelling great apes that inhabit the tropical forests of equatorial Africa. The genus gorilla is divided into 2 species, the eastern gorilla and the western gorilla, and either 4 or 5 subspecies. The DNA of gorillas is highly similar to that of humans from 95 to 99%, depending on what is included, and they are the next closest living relatives to humans after chimpanzees and bonobos. Gorillas are the largest living primates, reaching heights between 1.25 and 1.8 meters. They weigh between 100 and 270 kg, and arm spans up to 2.6 meters depending on species and sex. They tend to live in troops, with the leader being called a silverback. The eastern gorilla is distinguished from the western by its darker fur color and some other minor morphological differences. Gorillas tend to live 35 to 40 years in the wild. Some of the interesting facts about gorillas are that they are around 1,063 existing in the wild. They live in 2 isolated groups. Humans share similar DNA with gorillas, being one of the biggest and most powerful living primates. They can eat all day long, cozy up all night long, and have 16 different types of call. They live in family groups as well. Gorillas' natural habitats cover tropical or subtropical forest in sub-Saharan Africa, although their range covers a small percentage of sub-Saharan Africa. Gorillas cover a wide range of elevations. The mountain gorilla inhabits the Albertine Rift montane cloud forests of the Virunga volcanoes, ranging in altitude from 2,200 to 4,300 meters. Lowland gorillas live in dense forests and lowland swamps and marshes as low as sea level, with western lowland gorillas living in central West African countries and eastern lowland gorillas living in the Democratic Republic of the Congo near its border with Rwanda. Some of the reasons why gorillas are being found in Africa is that the gorilla diet is specific and requires many tons of food daily, and that's why the tropical rainforests offer the best provision. With the weather conditions in Africa, the tropical forests offer great habitat as there is enough food to feed the gorilla population. There are thought to be around 316,000 western gorillas in the wild and 5,000 eastern gorillas. Both species are classified as critically endangered by the IUCN. All subspecies are also classified as critically endangered with the exception of the mountain gorilla, which is classified as endangered. There are many threats to their survival, such as poaching, habitat destruction and disease. which threaten the survival of the species. However, conservation efforts have been successful in some areas where they live. The word gorilla comes from the history of Hanno, the navigator, born 500 BC, a Carthaginian explorer on an expedition to the West African coast through the area that later became Sierra Leone. Members of the expedition encountered savage people, the greater part of whom were women, whose bodies were hairy, and whom our interpreters called gorilla. It is unknown whether what the explorers encountered were what we now call gorillas, another species of ape or monkeys, or humans. Skins of gorilla-like women brought back by Hanno are reputed to have been kept at Carthage until Rome destroyed the city 350 years later at the end of the Punic Wars in 146 BC. The American physician and missionary Thomas Stoughton Savage and naturalist Jeffrey Wyman first described the western gorilla in 1847 from specimens obtained in Liberia. They called it Troglodytes gorilla, using the then current name of the chimpanzee genus. The species name was derived from ancient Greek gorillae, tribe of hairy women, as described by Hanno. Gorillas are considered highly intelligent. A few individuals in captivity, such as Koko, have been taught a subset of sign language. Like the other great apes, gorillas can laugh, grieve, have rich emotional lives, develop strong family bonds, and make and use tools, and think about the past and future. Some researchers believe gorillas have spiritual feelings or religious sentiments. They have been shown to have cultures in different areas revolving around different methods of food preparation and will show individual color preferences. Color preferences. In Cameroon's Lebialem Highlands, folk stories connect people and gorillas via totems. A gorilla's death means the connected person will die also. This creates a local conservation ethic. Many different indigenous peoples interact with wild gorillas, knowing fully well that gorillas lives between 40 to 50 years and above. Gorillas became highly prized by Western zoos since the 19th century through the earliest attempts to keep them in captive facilities ended in their early death. Gorillas became highly prized by Western zoos since the 19th century, though the earliest attempts to keep them in captive facilities ended in their early death. In the late 1920s, the care of captive gorillas significantly improved. For instance, Kolo, born on December 22, 1956, and until its death in January 17, 2017, of the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, was the first gorilla to be born in captivity. Please kindly like and click the subscribe button for more interesting videos on this channel. Thanks for watching.